Well, what a volatile session we encountered today as we seen the silver price go briefly down to this 34.20 level, and from top to bottom, well, not much really, and it wasn't volatile, and I think that's a good thing because when markets are very volatile, that can mean you're in overpriced or underpriced conditions. And a lot of times when we are entering new highs, that's when the movements can increase. We're not seeing that so much. But what's very interesting is if you take a look at where we opened and where we closed, it was a down session. But yet it only lost 4 cents for the day, which is once again showing us on the U.S. time frame, the markets are losing more than they do on the non-U.S. markets. And then priced in gold, it went down 1 milligram, went from 751 down to 750. It's just another way of pricing it. I guess that's real money that this is priced in. This is fiat money that we priced it in. Now, as far as the 15-minute time frame, it's holding up well. Definition of trend: higher highs and higher lows. So we've established a couple higher highs. We're establishing some higher lows. So the trend remains bullish, well above the rising 5-day moving average. And when you're pretty much near 31-year highs, which we entered today, it did peak upwards to the 35 level, then that is very, very strong. Now, this is the memory. I haven't put this up in a while, but here we go. We're now starting to play around with this 30 level. These levels are quite low right now, and we'll wait and see how this moves forward. As far as the volatility is concerned, this tracks movements up and down. Usually when these things get up pretty high, that's normally bad. I mean, normally down moves. But then there's going to be times when this thing has 10, 20% up days. We haven't even seen a day since 2010 that has had more than 10%, with the exception of this one in here back in November when silver dropped from the 29 handle. So we've had a few days of volatility of only a couple percent. And normally, like I say, it is moving towards a downside when it gets really big, but also at the same point, I wouldn't expect it to stay much below here. I would expect the volatility to come into play very, very soon. On the daily time frame, 3 upticks, and now we had today just a consolidation candle. Not that big, of course. It was like only 2% top to bottom. Not that big of a move, but still very strong to see a consolidation candle, giving us some possible room for higher gains as we move forward into the rest of this week. As far as this weekly chart is concerned, this is now this. We're looking to have or poising to have the sixth consecutive weekly gain on the price of silver. I think this is the only time since this chart has been in play, going back to 2009, that it has had 6 consecutive weeks. There was 5 here, so this is starting to become overextended, but only starting to when you have 6 consecutive upticks in a row. As far as the quarter is concerned, there's still another month left to go, but we have 9 consecutive up quarters in a row, which is a little over 2 years. So that's pretty decent. And in here we had 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got to be a record. This has got to be, at least since the LBMA has come into play, going back to 1968. It looks like it is. What I'm liking about this is it's really showing explosive moves in here. The big Fibonacci level on an exponential case, when you take this low or this high and this low, really represents Fibonacci upwards to this area in here. Well, it's obviously confirming the breakout. And when that's the case, that usually means the next test is the previous high. The next high, or the last high, was $50 per ounce. And when can it get there? Could it do it this quarter? It sure could. I wouldn't expect it to, but it really looks like it's playing out to be this or next quarter if the momentum keeps coming into play. The market, of course, is starting to get a little overextended, but that was also the case back in here. The market was getting overextended when it was at $12 an ounce as it was moving upwards to the 50 level. The next one is the upside, and this is within the 4 and 8 Fibonacci. So Fibonacci level 1 would come from in here, 2, 3, 4. We are getting close to confirming a move to here. I'd still like to either see a pullback down to this level and here go higher, maybe consolidate through time for a month or so, and that could help within it. But the confirmation from the quarterly chart's already been in play that I really do like the chances that it's either going to keep going higher, or it might do whatever little bit of consolidation before making that kind of move. But the moves that we've been seeing since the August breakout has been spectacular. We've already went through pretty much 1.5 Fibonacci levels, starting at 18, and now, of course, trading roughly at around the 35 level. Take care.